How about I give you a hand with those bags? No thanks. Go to the trust issue. It opens electronically from the inside.
Before today, Clark Kellogg had never been anywhere but Vermont. It took him only 19 minutes in New York
Stop the car, please!
to lose everything he owned. But his luck is about to change.
I want my money and my stuff. What if I got you a job? An unbelievable opportunity.
Clark Kellogg is about to get an offer.
God almighty. This is my uncle, Carmine Sabatini.
You know, your resemblance to the...
Sabatini.
He can't possibly refuse.
I want you to take this totally legitimate work for $1,000 a week.
Oh, I don't see how I could say no.
I want to hear yes.
Yes. First, he met the boss's daughter.
My father thinks that Clark is an A student.
Yes, he's a very fine...
An A student, that's what my father said.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Then they put him to work.
What is it that I'm picking up at the airport? It's not going to be like a dead guy in a box or something, is it?
Here it is.
I'm going to puke my guts out.
All right. He tough? Guess it's under his armpit. What armpit?
It's about these animals. They're endangered.
And them all. They're in Jersey to find.
Now Clark has a new name.
Rodolfo Lasparri? I want to go to Palermo, Sicily. Have you ever been there? No, of course not. And you really can't make an informed judgment, can you, Rudolph?
And a new family.
Oh, God bless you and keep you.
He can't disappoint.
That's how I know you're going to be loyal to me. Like a real son.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't want to marry me?
I don't want to marry anybody.
I'd like to be let out.
Are you trying to hurt my feelings?
Marlon Brando.
It ain't Tony Bennett.
Matthew Broderick.
What is the deal, please?
The freshman.
Oh.
Stop the car!
A guy from a limousine service steals everything. What Clark has left is no clothes, no money, nothing. Nothing.
Oh, this is out of Dickens. Mr. Kellogg, you're robbed by a street urchin. You have a wicked stepfather.
Stop him! Wait! I want my money and my stuff. No habla inglés. My money and my stuff, I call the cops. No inglés. Knock it off. I know who you are. Well, where's my stuff? Upstairs. Give me a hand with your wagon, would you?
Unfortunately for Clark, Victor Ray, played by Bruno Kirby, no longer has his money.
What if I got you a job? An unbelievable opportunity.
Basically, I take him to see my uncle Carmine, who's played by Marlon Brando.
But I know what you're thinking, a resemblance, right? He's the real thing, the original merchandise.
Then, in a way, we kind of change his life.
My nephew tells me you're from Kansas.
Vermont.
But, Vermont,
It's the one half a dozen of the other.
you know, the most important thing is we're all Americans.
Yes, that's right.
Give me your hand. I want you to take this opportunity. Totally legitimate work for $1,000 a week. And I know that you're not going to disappoint me.
Oh, I don't see how I could say no.
I want to hear
Yes.
Once you have Marlon in a picture, you're in the casting heaven, because you simply decide who you want, and if they're available, they do it, because every actor in the world wants to work with them. So if you start with Marlon, you can cast whoever you want.
There's real goodness and kindness in it. Would you like to buy a rose? Would you like to buy a rose? Sounds like we're talking about the Reverend Sun Young Moon or something, you know.
And I'll never forget that
He's
day.
really good.
I'll never
He's
forget.
just filled with
There was
goodness.
that day we were running out of light, and all of a sudden he looked up, and it got light again. I don't know how it happened, but would you like to buy a rose?
So Clark finds a father figure, and Carmine finds a son.
Bachi the kitty bachi. The kid ball kisses. You're in now for life.
Clark also meets the boss's daughter.
My father father thinks that Clark is an A student.
Yes, he's a very fine.
A student, that's what my father said.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
A plus.
And lots of other interesting people.
Are you Leo?
I am Big Leo.
Oh, look. It's here. Finally.
Mine's this one boy. You are two.
Yes, we are two boys, as you quite rightly point out.
We're not going to forget about the most important thing.
Which is?
You marry my daughter.
You don't want to marry me?
I don't want to marry anybody.
I'd really like to sample life a little bit first.
Well, no, but after you get married, it's sample life. I mean, this is what men do. What you're talking about is a woman, you know.
A gun permit? I don't need a gun permit.
You have to have one if you're going to be carrying a gun.
The first job that Clark gets from Carmine is to go to the airport and pick something up, and he doesn't know what it is he's going to pick up.
It's not going to be like a dead guy in a box or something, is it?
And when he gets there with his friend Steve, it turns out it's the kimono dragon.
Get this under his armpit. What armpit? This is the lizard armpit. Put it right in.
Unfortunately, the lizard escapes, and Clark and his roommate follow it to a nearby shopping mall. Shooting this chase proved a test of wills between filmmakers and lizards.
Watch yourselves, guys.
Working with lizards is, as you can imagine, slow because they don't have a lot of brain power, and it's hard to train them.
Working with lizards is a lot like working with Matthew. Neither of them do what they're told. They both smell and they have large tongues.
But even after Clark delivers the lizard, his troubles are just beginning.
I'm sorry I got you in this mess, but you ran it and we'll figure out a way to get you out of it.
Your co-host for this evening, Mr. Carmine Sabatini.
Rodolfo Laspari? I want to go to Palermo, Sicily. Have you ever been there? No, of course not. Then you really can't make an informed judgment, can you, Rodolfo?
I know you're going to be loyal to me. Until death. Until death. Like a real son.
Oh, I don't know.
The son I never had. Oh. Well, this is college. I didn't miss nothing.
It's time for a lesson in Far Eastern culture.
These Americans, wait, couldn't mask. Get down!
Professor Oliver is back.
You're the finest student that I've come across in a long time.
Yesterday, Dan Wu, a much-respected man, was murdered. It is now time to publicly judge the killer of Dan Wu.
There's pure Tong blood running through your students, Professor.
Got outside backing, political contact, and no respect for tradition.
Lee, are you a Tong? I was born into a family that belongs to a Tong. Lee, what is it? I have to leave. Lee? Lee!
No.
Suspense, drama, and murder as Lou Gossett Jr. struggles to fight the Tongs.